All right, well, joining me today is Brett Irwin, and he's the resource conservationist for McLean County Soil and Water Conservation District. So Brett, if you'd like to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do with soil and water.
Yeah, so I'm Brett, and I've been at the district since January of 2019. Just a little bit what we do this time of year. We're working on some like CRP enrollment, and the general sign up actually has been extended. If there's any farmers out there, landowners that are interested in some whole field practices, whether that's pollinator is a pretty popular one, or some wildlife practices. That deadline has actually been extended. So for anyone that's interested in that, we help with a lot of federal programs and kind of assisting FSA and NRCS with some of their program initiatives as well.
So I know one of the programs you've got that's going on right now is the McLean County Monarch Project. So would you like to explain a little bit about what that project is and how farmers might be able to get involved?
Yeah, so that initiative, we've actually been working with IDOT for some state right-of-way work, and some areas around Route 66 to try and restore some like native habitat that used to be here, as far as kind of native prairies that Illinois had. And it's got initiative, or I guess emphasis on having some pollinator in that seed mix. So adding more milkweed to kind of benefit the monarch. And so that project is just kind of building like a monarch corridor, basically in our state. And there's actually one area just north of town off Linden Street where we're just getting started on that. IDOT's actually kind of cleared out, and this spring they're going to get the site prepped and hopefully seeded either in the spring or the fall. So we're kind of excited to see that just 5 minutes from our office.
And are there pollinator related programs for farmers if they want to put in habitat on their property?
Sure. Yeah. So we have the EQIP program that's run by NRCS. They actually have Monarch that they can do, and that's flexible as far as how many acres guys are interested in. CRP, the continuous sign up, has pollinator as well. That's open for sign up a year. A little bit more restricted. It's more for like smaller plots. I think there's like a 10-acre maximum, not to exceed 10% of like a farm tract. So really good for guys if they want to take like a little corner out of the field or something that doesn't quite line up, maybe with their GPS tracking on their planner. If they want to take out, I think the minimum is a ½ acre, and all the way up to 10 acres for that continuous CRP.
And another program I know you've got out there as well is a prairie strip program. You want to share what that program's about and how people can get signed up for that one?
Yeah, so a lot of people years ago, the field border program that FSA orchestrated through CRP is probably how people will recognize the prairie strip program. It's really beneficial for guys that want kind of a transition zone. If they got maybe some timber that butts up to their tillable ground and the yields just aren't very good right there. The buffer is very flexible. It's a minimum of a 30-foot wide buffer up to 120 feet. So that's up to the landowner or the farmer, whatever works for their farming operation. And it's been really popular with guys that we've kind of tried to sell that program to, with people that have windmills on their farms, and they want like a 30-foot buffer around the lanes where there tends to be a lot of compaction, and they just don't get the yield, where they get in other parts throughout the field. So that's a really cool program because it's really flexible, and it gives the farmer and landowners a ton of options and flexibility, as far as what they want to do.
Yeah, it probably helps with erosion control around those turbine access roads too. I've heard.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, and is that tied in at all to the Illinois vegetative assessment law? Can you use that assessment on those buffer strips?
It is not, but that's something that, so that vegetative filter strip assessment law, I believe that was put in Illinois state law sometime in the 90s, I want to say like 1996 or 7. And basically, if anyone has any existing filter strips and they would like a tax break on them if they're not already getting it, we would do like a site visit. They would send us an application, and then pending our board approval, we would give them back that completed application, and then they could send that to the tax assessor's office. And that land under the filter strips would be assessed at 1/6 of the production cropland value. So for people that have several acres that are in filter strips, can be very beneficial, kind of lowering their taxes on that since it's not in production ag ground anymore. And there's actually even general CRP practices, like the general program that we talked about in the prairie strip one, those can qualify too, and they don't require an application through us. So that one, and we've talked with the assessor at McLean County, if they just have a copy of their CRP contract, parcel number, and basically a map kind of showing like where the CRP is, mapped out acreage wise for the assessor, then they can send that straight to the assessor and potentially get some tax benefit off that as well.
So just kind of an added incentive to keep those pieces in those programs.
Sure, yeah. So that way, they get a little more, I guess, bonus for it not being an ag production ground. They shouldn't be getting taxed or something that's not in production agriculture anymore.
All right. So just a couple of upcoming events you've got on the calendar. I know one of them is a prescribed fire workshop. So if you want to give the dates and information for how to get signed up for that.
Yeah, so that we actually have a Zoom on that, and that's going to be February 26th from 9 to 12:30. And the Zoom's going to basically go over fire ecology, like why it's beneficial to the landscape, how it's a really good management tool for controlling invasive trees, especially and other invasive cool season species, if it's timed right. And then we also have a demonstration burn that we're doing south of Evergreen Lake. It's the Kamilar Interpretive Trail. And if anyone's interested, they can call our office and RSVP for that. And the Zoom link is actually on our website, and people can check that out at www.mcleancountyswcd.com if they were interested in that as well. So pretty excited about that. It'd be kind of cool to see some of that native area there south of Evergreen on a prescribed burn, and just kind of see what that does for the landscape.
And then I know you've also got some spring tree and fish sales. So you want to share the details of that and those deadlines as well.
Yeah. So we have biannual sales for tree and fish. The fish sales for anyone that's got ponds out there and they want to stock. We have catfish, bluegill, sometimes crappie in the spring, largemouth bass. So that's, people want to stock their ponds and have some fish, that they're going to stock at least twice a year. We'll have it here so they can come pick it up. On that date, we have order forms out on our website, and the date is March 10th for carp to get those orders in, and then March 17th for all other fish. And then our tree sale as well, that's something we do twice a year. Try to have like a decent variety of fruit trees and a lot of oaks and maples. And that deadline is April 14th. And again, those order forms can be found on our website, or give us a call at the office and we can send you some as well.
Well, one other thing, I know you guys sell plat books. We occasionally get folks that are interested in purchasing a plat book. So those are available at the Soil and Water Conservation District office as well.
Yep. Yeah, those are available as well. We have those all year. So
how can folks find out more about Soil and Water Conservation Districts and activities and opportunities to get involved?
The best way would be our website, and that's going to have the most up-to-date information of what we do here at the district. And that's www.mcleancountyswcd.com. And you can actually sign up for our e-newsletter. We try to put out once a month there as well. And that would be on the front page, scroll all the way down, bottom right corner, enter your email address, first and last name, and sign up.
All right. Well, thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you, Anna.